Machakos was the first capital city of Kenya, and now it is one of the country's administrative counties. Bordering Nairobi and Kiambu counties to the west, Embu to the north, Kitui to the east, Makueni to the south, Kajiado to the southwest, and Murang'a and Kirinyaga to the northwest. And with a total population of around 1.2 million, Machakos County is fast becoming a hub for the future. This is one of Kenya's most progressive areas, and as a result, a number of firsts happen right here in Machakos. Firsts, like the Tour De Machakos cycling race.
We all admire Tour de France. Tour de France is the biggest bicycle ride competition in the world. We had Chris Froome. Chris Froome was in Tour de France, and Chris Froome has been born in Kenya. He's actually Kenyan born. So a lot of youth in Kenya admire him, but they don't know how to access the cyclists. They don't know how to access cycling. So we brought it to the youth. We brought it to the village, and now the villagers and the youth know how they can make, because they interacted with a cyclist. They interacted with the top Kenyan cyclists. So they know now that they can actually make cycling a sport to benefit them.
We do ride in many roads in Kenya with lots of challenges from tracks and bad roads and what have you. Yeah, but considering that this is the first Tour of Machakos, so there of course have to be teething problems and also other logistical issues, but so far so good for the beginning, and I hope they will learn from the many mistakes that has been, and that will grow the Tour of Machakos to a level which is international.
This is one of a kind of its events, because no other county has taken the initiative to appreciate, cyclists and people who do, recreational activities. Yeah, it's a very good gesture by the governor of Machakos, and we commend him for that.
The two-day race offered 8 categories: the elite juniors, family fun, veterans, corporate, media, women, and the Black Mamba, plus a 15-kilometer amateur race.
The
route was hard, although I have climbed some hills. But the hill called Kathiani, I would like to tell cyclists that if they want to experience a hill, they come to Kathiani.
Stage 1, it was a bit harder because it was only climb and a little downhill, and the downhill was a bit dangerous because of the corners, and so today it was down and up, and the Kenyan riders were really strong on that, because some of them are like frats. They love frats, and we didn't have much climb today, so we really tried to hang on them today.
The second stage of the Tour De Machakos was another tough day, but it was consistent up and down. There was a bit of a headwind as well, and there was a lot of attacking going on from both the Safari Simbas and the Kenyan riders, so another tough day in the saddle for all the guys. Kenyan riders was started by a Singaporean guy called Nicholas Leong. He was wondering why there are no big sort of performances from black Africans in cycling. They win all of the distance running races, or the Kenyans or Ethiopians. Why is there no Kenyans or East Africans in cycling? And so he came over, started a team, spoke to boda guys, bicycle taxi guys, runners, shoe shiners, guys that just did, he would speak to anyone, and patched together a pretty rough team in the first few years. It must have been seriously hard work for Nick to keep the team together. Then he got more and more experience, he got a bit of success, brought myself and another coach on board and a few other people, and so I've been involved with the team for over 3 years now, and the guys are improving, they're getting strong, they're getting a lot smarter with their racing as well, not just making silly decisions, and it's good to see. And so yeah, like I said, some of the guys are overseas, some are here in Kenya. The ultimate goal for the team is the Tour de France, so the world's biggest cycling race. And in some ways we're racing to get there against the rest of Africa. Can we get there before Eritrea, before Ethiopia, before Rwanda, before South Africa? But at the same time, when we see anyone in Africa do well, yeah, the Kenyans are super happy to see MTN, the pro-continental team in South Africa, do well. Happy to see the Rwandans do well at any race they're in. But at the same time, we want to be the first black team to the Tour de France. But like, who knows? I just don't know what's going to happen. But the next 5 to 10 years, there'll definitely be Africans pushing the pace in some of those big races. And yeah, go Africa.
With over 500 cyclists, the inaugural Tour De Machakos was an incredible experience for not just the riders, but for those who stopped to watch the spectacle through Machakos County. The county certainly came alive.
We had 102 elite cyclists and we had 79 black mamba cyclists. So for us, being the first time, we had a great turnout, I must say.
Yeah, the tour has turned out to be tougher than I thought, especially with a very, very strong team from Eldoret. So most of the time I was left only myself and one of the youngsters from the Simbas, and we had to face a big battle. But we've managed third overall, and we've managed second in the stage yesterday, and almost a win today. So it's been quite good considering the competition from the rival team.
It makes me feel good because I didn't expect it. And what I expected, I didn't expect to have a prize, so that gave me morale. And I need to go back home and train more to get more prizes. I need to see myself in the elite. I need to forget now junior. And I need to focus now on the elite and train more.